Welcome everybody to the Blake's Take stream of tonight's matchup between the girls basketball in the girls game between the Lady Warriors and the Stayton Eagles. There's Haley Couture with a 3-pointer. And I got here a little late as wrestling practice was still going on, so I got here as soon as possible. So we're tuning in with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left in the second half. The Warriors are currently leading 39-18. Both teams ranked top 10 in the states, with the Eagles at number 9 and the Warriors at, you got it, number 1. The Warriors now have Ingrid Olesto back, which is key part of their team. Number 13, you can see out there. She's gone with an illness, but despite that, they were able to overcome Cascade. So now they look, and they've had a quite successful road trip. And so now they're looking to keep that going here tonight against the Eagles. Here's Reagan Larson into Sage Kramer. Larson looking inside for Holesto, goes up, no good. And that'll be rebounded by number 44, Kenzie Hollenbeck. Looking inside now. Holesto snatches onto it, and that'll force a jump ball. But it'll be in the Eagles' favor. And Holesto will now check out, leaving K. Bacho to check in. Looking to inbound is Miley Mitchell, gets it up to the top of the key. Here's Mitchell now up top. Warriors setting up their zone defense. Inside now is Kaylee Tyler, but she won't get it to go. Here's Larson now pushing it up the court. She'll pop a 3, but that'll miss everything but the net. It appears she had some contact of some sort on that shot. She immediately grabbed her ribs. She's okay. And so here now come the Eagles. Inside now is Kaylee Tyler. Gets up, but is rejected by the notorious Abigail Brown. And now Haley Couture shoots the 3, but good, but won't count because of the travel. Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, Warriors have been on a huge road game win streak, winning all 3 of their road games over the past 2 weeks. And now they are finally back home for the first time since January 7th when I covered those thrilling games against Cascade. The Warriors will now, in fact, actually play 6 of their next 7 here in Philomath, which will be a huge advantage and more fun for me. And so Bacho stole it, but then got it stolen right back from her by Lydia Beilenberg. Inside now, swatted by Brown. And it'll remain the Warriors' ball as it went off Kenzie Hollenbeck. Kramer now pushing to place. Kicks it out to Larson, who kicks it over to Bacho in the corner. Screen off Larson. Deep 3 by Kramer, and it is good. Huge 3 by Kramer. I guess unlimited range. Hollenbeck gets a quick 2 to respond. Yeah, Kramer shot that one way beyond the arc. Kramer looking to keep it going on the edge. Pops another three. Oh, that one will be short. Kicks it inside. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, but that one will go. Good facilitation there by Larson. Oh, and it's stolen right away by Bacho. Kicks it over to Larson. Gets up, and that won't go, but she'll get her own rebound. Bacho will now get the rebound. Kramer pops the three, and that'll be a splash. Another three-pointer for Kramer. She's feeling it from outside tonight. And stolen by Kramer. Doing everything on both sides of the ball right now for the Warriors. Coast to coast. And she'll be called for a charge. And just as Kramer was getting hot, she draws that foul, and now Mia Bennett will check in for Kramer. But a good little stretch there to give the Warriors some more cushion, adding to a 27-point lead now. Here's Mitchell looking to get something started for the Eagles. Warriors looking in that trap. And here now over the top was Mitchell. Over to number 23, Carly Tyler, who gets the and one shot. And Tyler will shoot one for the line. Try and make it a three-point play. That one will miss off the front of the rim. But a lane violation will be called on Brown. So Tyler will get a second chance. And that one will go. Three-point play for Carly Tyler. Here now is Larson. Over to Bacho. Looking to get something started. Kicks it up top to Brown. Dishes inside. Nice cut by Bennett. And she'll be called for the travel. Right now, these two teams are playing for the first spot in the Oregon West Conference, with both teams only having 2 losses, with the Eagles having 9 wins and the Warriors having 10 wins. The Eagles currently sit at number 8 in the OSAA rankings, while the Warriors remain at their unanimous number 1 spot. Now it's stolen away by Haley Couture. Kicks it over to Mia Bennett. We'll kick it over to Larson. Dish cross court to Bacho. Tries and gets the jumper, but that won't go. Larson with some real nice passes tonight. But here now pushing the pace is Mitchell. She'll send the floater off the glass, and that'll go. And here now are the Warriors. Bacho on the edge, looks to the corner, and Bennett tries and dishes inside to Brown, but that'll be too much power. And here now pushing the pace is Lydie Beilenberg, and she'll go coast to coast and lay it in to get the lead, or the deficit, I should say, back to 20. And Larson turns it over, or tips off, and to Beilenberg. It'll remain Warriors ball. Risky pass to the corner to Bennett. Clock winding down, under 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Larson looks to Bennett outside. Clock winding down, 5 seconds. Warriors looking to get a shot off here, but they won't get one. And that's how the third quarter will end. Warriors 47, Eagles 27. Eagles had a nice little run there to end the quarter to shorten the lead to 20, but it'll take quite the run if they want, and quite some more defensive stops if they want to get themselves back in this game. Both teams are pretty clean in the second half. Only 3 fouls on the Warriors and 1 foul on the Eagles. And so both teams have had their fair shares of cancellations, as we have seen throughout the season, with Stayton having 3 games canceled on the season, with the Warriors still having just those 2. Hopefully, we are all over those cancellations and we can finally just get back to normal basketball and on this normal league schedule. And so the Eagles will look to keep their defensive momentum going into this final quarter, while the Warriors will try and get some things figured out offensively. Obviously, it's a little more difficult when their best offensive player is on the bench right now, and Sage Kramer. But it's these other gals have got to step up in these critical situations because come playoff time, they're going to need it. Here's Brown to the top of the key to Haley Couture. Larson looking inside to Brown, goes up strong, and that won't go, though. It'll be rebounded by Kenzie Holenbeck. Mitchell hands it off to her teammate, Madi Mitzel. Back over to Mitchell, shoots a long ball. That'll drop. Three-pointer by Maddie Mitchell. Here's now Mia Bennett on the edge. Dishes it over to Bacho. Couture at the top of the key. Pump fakes. Dishes it over to Larson, who will take the three. And that'll be a splash. Trading three-pointers back and forth here are the Eagles and the Warriors. An outside scoring affair this second half. And inside now are the Eagles. Holenbeck will miss. But Mitchell will shoot another three. That one will be too strong. Rebounded now by Tyler. And it'll end up out of bounds. And here's now the other gal over 6 foot on this Warriors roster in Cassie Lewis. Another impact post. Here's Tyler going up strong on Lewis, but that won't go. It'll be rebounded by Larson, and now here's Haley Couture taking it up the court. This is inside to Lewis, but that'll be off her fingers. Trying to get those hands warmed up. I'm doing a live stream on my YouTube channel. Here's Mitchell now at the top of the key. Over the top to Tyler. Nice pass and nice finish and one for Tyler. Man, Mitchell really has had some outstanding passes in the second half. Over the top. And finishing strong as Tyler again. We'll see if she can get her second three-point play of the night. And that one will drop in. Looking for the steal was Mitzel, but the Warriors will escape off the tips of the fingers. And it will stay Warriors ball. Beilenberg getting a little excited there. Playing aggressive defense are the Eagles. In the corner now is Bennett. Over the top to Lewis. She'll catch it, but it'll be stripped away and fumbling around on the court. And it'll be off the shoes of Lewis after the nice play by Holenbeck. And here's Mitchell looking to take it up the court. We'll dish it to Tyler. Mitchell and Mitzel trading back and forth. Mitzel looking to take a three, but that'll be too far. Rebounded by Couture. Is double teamed now. And it'll be a foul on Holenberg. And now the Warriors will get their leading scorer and leading form of offense back into the game as Reagan Larson checks out and Sage Kramer comes back in. And hopefully that'll pick up the offensive slack for the Warriors, who have scored just 3 points in this fourth quarter. Over the top now to Kramer, looking to get right involved. Seems to try and throw it back in. On the ground, loose ball. Over the top now to Bacho, who dishes it up to Couture. She'll launch a three, and that'll be just too far. Rebounded by Bacho. And it appears that Annika Tyron, one of the few underclassmen on this team, will be called for an over-the-back foul. Here's now Mitchell pushing it up at the court. Bacho looking to establish the trap along with Couture. Here's Mitchell on the edge. That'll be short. And Lewis kind of just wraps up Tyler, and Tyler will go to the line again. She'll make the first. Kylie Tyler, in an aspect of her own, also stands at 6 feet tall. Definitely a height advantage in this sport. And that'll be rebounded by Tyron, looking to edge out her foul. Up now to Kramer is from Couture. Kramer, isolation, crossover, pull up J. That'll bang. And Kramer gets her first points of the fourth quarter. Here's now Ingrid Halesto back into the game, looking to create havoc at the top of the key. Mitchell looking to set things up for the Eagles. Warriors keeping the Eagles out of the paint, but now Tyler gets it inside. Here's Mitchell on the drive, but it'll be a travel. Warriors coming up with a nice defensive stop there. Eagles keeping their press on. Here's Kramer. Isolation with Beilenberg. On the A's, pushing the pace. Crossover. Behind the back. Dishes over to Halesto. Back over to Couture. Inside to Lewis. Lewis will go up strong, but that'll miss everything. And it'll be rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell will dish up the court to Tyler. Beautiful pass, but just in and out of the hands. And here's Kramer now. Crossover. We'll throw it around to Lewis. And it'll be rebounded by Tyler. Lewis struggling to find a finish at the rim tonight. And Couture will be going for the steal, but she'll be called for the foul as she wraps up the ball. And that'll send Kenzie Holenberg to the line. Eagles, despite being down big, have continued to fight and stay physical late in the game. And so now with that, Abigail Brown will check back into the game for Lewis, trying to finish the game strong. So now that's rebounded by Kramer after the miss by Holenberg. Pull up J by Kramer. It would be no good. Kicks it out to Couture now off Halesto. That'll also be no good. And now up the court now go the Eagles. The ball will be bounced around and it'll end up in the hands of Abigail Brown, who now dishes it up to Sage Kramer, dishes it back to Brown, but that'll be off her hands as well. Both teams, seems as though the ball may be a little slick tonight, as both teams appear to be struggling to catch the ball. And so now Reagan Larson will check back into the game for Haley Couture. And here now is Mitchell over to Mitchell, inside to Tyler, who's quadruple teamed, and launching a three now is Beilenberg. That'll be just in and out of the rim. And called for a foul is Holenberg, leading to a Warriors ball. Kramer now, free and open space, gives it over to Larson, who dishes over to Tyron. Tyron on the drive, dishes across court, back to Kramer. Kramer over the top, looking for Brown, but that'll be too far, as she won't get the look she wanted. And now up the court now is to Mitchell, are the Eagles, and she'll step out of bounds. And so now Mia Bennett will check back into the game for Annika Tyron. Kramer on the drive, pushing the pace, dishes it out to Halesto. Up at the top of the key is Kramer. Looks over across court to Kramer who hits that three. Kramer with another three in this second half. Feeling it from outside tonight. Up now is Tyler. She'll get that two to drop. Kramer looking to keep pushing the pace. She'll dish it over to Larson. Larson will kick it to Bennett. Bennett back to Larson. Tipped up. Warriors struggling to hold on to the ball here. Larson wraps around the screen. Dishes inside from Bennett to Brown. Up in the air, tipping around, and it'll end up in the hands of Tyler. And now Bylenberg looking to pump fake on Lesto, but she doesn't fall for it. And here's now Tyler. Gets it to Mitzel, but that'll miss absolutely everything. And we'll give the Warriors the possession. Here's now Kramer up the court. ISO crossover. Gives it up. And now Bennett in the corner. Coming off the screen. Here's Larson for three. And that'll be too far. Kramer will look to rebound, but it'll stay Warriors ball as it is tipped off Bylenberg. Just under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter, and this game is a wrap. Up top now is Kramer looking to drive. Dishes it over to Lesto. Pull up Jay, but that will miss. And end up in the hands of Tyler. Tyler will now drive on Brown, but that'll be swatted away. As the Warriors will look to finish this game off with the ball in their hands. Tyler now in the corner. And Warriors continuing to play physical, tough defense as they always do. Not letting up no matter what. Even with a 19-point lead, just shows the resilience and determination of this team. And tries and goes on the drive, but it'll just be swatted again by Brown. The lethal force in the paint. Standing at a whopping 6'3". And so now the Warriors will finally be called for a foul after their scrappy physical defensive stops. So that'll send Tyler to the line again. But yeah, Abigail Brown, what a key part of this Warrior team. Just continue to make an impact inside where it matters most, down low. And there she is, as I speak, getting the rebound. Here's Kramer looking to finish strong up the court. Here now over cross court from Reagan is to Bennett. And here's Kramer, deep three, but that'll be too far. Brown tries to get it back, but it'll be slipping out of her hands. And as the clock is winding down, Eagles will try and get one last shot probably. Here's Mitchell looking to go up and under off the glass. And that'll be it, folks. Warriors win it 55-36 in dominant fashion, extending themselves to an 11-2 record and will remain the #1 team in Oregon. Congratulations on the Warriors on a big win and a huge homecoming victory. And looking forward for many more great home efforts to come, as we will be back right here to cover the girls Thursday night. Hopefully I'll be able to get the first half of that game. But it appeared this game was already a wrap at the break as the Warriors blew out to a 20-point lead and never looked back. So once again, Warriors win it 55-36, extend their record to 11-2, while the Eagles fall to 9-3. And I'll be right back here in about 20 minutes for the boys game. So make sure you don't go anywhere, and have a great night, everyone.